1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ayesha Nayab. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says government is focused to enhance investment in export industry for creating employment opportunities in the country. President has called for building national capabilities in cybersecurity to protect country's important systems and data amid global challenges of cyber attacks. Information Minister has assured that overseas Pakistanis will be an integral part of the country's politics in next general elections. Pakistan says citation of the award to downed Indian pilot is a classic case of Indian fabrications and pure fantasy to appease domestic audience and hide embarrassment. Foreign Office says arbitrary arrests of human rights activists on orchestrated charges by Indian occupation forces in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is clear evidence of New Delhi's state terrorism and trampling of fundamental human rights. The interim Afghan government announced to induct 27 new ministers in the cabinet today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the government is taking steps on priority basis to increase economic activity in the country. During a review meeting of the priority sectors in Islamabad, he said the government is focused to enhance investment in the export industry for creating employment opportunities. The Prime Minister said all government institutions are working together to provide a conducive environment to investors. The meeting was given a detailed briefing on the progress of Phase 2 of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. It was informed that work on gas and electricity supply in Rashakei, Dhabji, Allama Iqbal and Boston Special Economic Zones is in full swing. Earlier, chairing a meeting in Islamabad on pollution-related issues, Prime Minister directed the departments concerned to devise a strategy in coordination with the provincial governments to take all necessary steps to save major cities from pollution. He said a sustainable environment protection plan is need of the hour to fight pollution, especially in major cities. The Prime Minister said the government is focused on maximizing green cover of the cities through massive plantation. President Dr. Arif Alvi says amid the global challenges of cyber attacks, it is important for Pakistan to build national capabilities in cybersecurity to protect its important systems and data. Addressing the inaugural session of 2nd Annual International Conference of Cyber Warfare and Security in Islamabad, he said, preparing indigenous professionals and solutions is vital to reduce the risk of cyber attacks, particularly against the country's defense, energy and financial infrastructures. The President said the attainment of a strong capacity in cybersecurity is significant for both defensive and offensive strategies as the world witnessed a rapid technological advancement. He said a national vision of a secure and robust digital ecosystem would lead the country to socio-economic development. President Dr. Arif Alvi has said that a system is being evolved to facilitate overseas Pakistanis to exercise their right to vote through internet. Addressing overseas Pakistanis in Islamabad this afternoon, he said the system will be auditable and it cannot be hacked. The President said postal and physical voting and Pakistani missions abroad are not feasible options because of various reasons. Supporting iVoting, he said transactions with trillions of dollars take place daily online. Overseas Pakistanis took out a rally in Islamabad today to express gratitude to the government for getting passed legislation from Parliament that grants a right of vote to them. They chanted slogans in favour of Prime Minister Imran Khan. Speaking on the occasion, Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain assured that about 9 million overseas Pakistanis will be an integral part of the country's politics in the next general elections. Earlier, talking to media outside the Election Commission office in Islamabad, Chairman Pakistan Overseas Forum Shahid Raza Ranja thanked the PTI government and its allied parties for getting legislation passed aimed at granting right of vote to overseas Pakistanis. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan has categorically rejected the entire baseless Indian claims that a Pakistani F-16 aircraft was shot down by an Indian pilot before he was captured by Pakistan in Azad, Jammu and Kashmir in February 2019. In a statement today, Foreign Office spokesperson Asim Iftikhar said the citation of the award to the downed Indian pilot is a classic case of Indian fabrications and pure fantasy to appease domestic audience and hide the embarrassment. The spokesperson said international experts and US officials have already confirmed that no Pakistani F-16 was shot down on the day after taking stock of Pakistani F-16 aircraft. He said granting military honors for imaginary feats of gallantry is contrary to every norm of military conduct. He said by giving such awards, also as an afterthought, India has only made a mockery of himself. Pakistan has strongly condemned the arrest of human rights activist Khurram Pervez in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Foreign Office in a statement said the arbitrary arrest of human rights activists on orchestrated charges by Indian occupation forces is clear evidence of New Delhi's state terrorism and trampling of fundamental human rights in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The reprehensible unwarranted searches by Indian National Investigation Agency at the offices and residence of Khurram Pervez have also been condemned by international human rights activists and organizations. The United Nations and global rights bodies have sharply reacted to the arrest of a human rights defender, Khurram Pervez, by India's notorious National Investigation Agency in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights defender, Mary Lalor, reported that Khurram Pervez was at risk of being charged by the Indian authorities with terrorism-related crimes. Human Rights Watch South Asia Director Mines K. Ganguly termed the arrest a really troubling development and flagged India's authorities for misusing a law just to target human rights activists who expose their atrocities. Another human rights body, Rafter Foundation, demanded an immediate release of Khurram Pervez. In Srinagar, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference condemned the Modi regime for even not sparing human rights defender like Khurram Pervez. It deplored that India had now launched NIA to suppress the popular voice of right to self-determination in the occupied territory. The Miawais-led Hurriyat Forum called upon the global human rights bodies to urge India to desist from its APHC leader Yasmin Raja during her visit to the family of martyr during Dr. Mudassar Gul in Srinagar. National Security Advisor Dr. Mohid Yusuf has urged the international community to devise a system to ensure provision of assistance to Afghanistan before winter. Talking to a six-member U.S. delegation headed by Congressman Gregory Max in Islamabad, he expressed a deep concern over deteriorating humanitarian situation in Afghanistan. Dr. Mohid Yusuf said nearly 60% population of Afghanistan may face extreme level of hunger. The world donors have fulfilled the United Nations appeal of providing over $600 million to Afghanistan to prevent humanitarian crisis. Talking to press in Geneva, Jens Locke, the UN Humanitarian Agency spokesman, confirmed the accomplishment of the target for financial aid. The Afghanistan government has announced to induct 27 members in its interim cabinet today. In a tweet, spokesman of the interim Afghan government, Zabiullah Mujahid, said the appointments were made under the directives of the supreme leader, Mullah Haibullah. Besides other, Maulvi Shahabuddin Dilawer has been appointed as the acting minister for mines and petroleum, and Mullah Muhammad Albaz Akhund has been named as the acting minister of disaster management. The European Union has affirmed its strong opposition to Israeli settlement expansion in the occupied West Bank. The EU diplomat visited several areas in the West Bank and East Jerusalem to observe the situation. During the visit, it termed settlements as illegal under the international law, which significantly undermine ongoing efforts to rebuild trust between Israel and Palestine. And now the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, smog and fog is likely to prevail in plain areas of Punjab. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.